For those that don't know me, I'm Paul Hummer. I'm Director of Security. They just wanted to put another pretty face on the poster. That's why they had me talk a little bit. But Robin Kowski, who's been with our department over 5 years, she's been in law enforcement over 20 years, basically put together the presentation, and she will be going through the presentation with you. If you have any questions, you can hold them off to the end, just to make sure we have time to get through everything. So with that, I'll pass it off to Robin.
Thank you. Like Paul said, I've been involved in law enforcement at some point for 20 years. Since I was in high school, I wanted to be a police officer. So I went and I did. I was a dispatcher, I was a community service officer, and then for 8 years I was a police officer. One thing that always amazed me is that personal safety. It's been an interest of mine. But then I started realizing that people don't think the way I do. That some people aren't really taking their safety into account. And I wanted to take Taekwondo and be a black belt and do all that, and that stuff's really expensive. And so I started looking for easy ways that, as a woman, we could defend ourselves. And there's so many things out there that you could do personally that can help you. And a lot of it is common sense. You probably remember, your dad's telling you some of this stuff, or husbands, boyfriends. But it's just kind of a reminder to say, hey, I need to be a little more aware of what's going on, okay? All people or situations are different. How you defend yourself or help yourself is up to you, okay? This is kind of a personal thing. This is something that you as a person is going to have to decide what's the best defense for you. It doesn't have to be left up to chance. Like I said, there are things you can do. You can be more aware of your situation. You can check your cars. First one, 4 rules of personal safety. The first one is prevention. Okay? You don't want to go in places where you're nervous about. If your body is telling you not to do something, don't do it. Because you still have that fight or flight reaction back when we were cave people that saved a lot of lives. And this is still true today. If you feel that you were uncomfortable in a situation, then don't go. Your body's telling you something, not to do it. Awareness. This right now is the big one. Awareness of yourself, awareness of your surroundings. How many people text? You see that all the time. Head down, texting, not paying any attention. I could probably follow that person, and they'd never know I was there. Okay? Stay alert. What's going on around you? Know what is behind you and pay attention to anything out of place. That's even here in the hospital. Anything out of place. We come here day in and day out. Well, what looks different? What's not right? Is my office door unlocked? Is that person not right? We all have the responsibility to be safe and to keep everybody else safe. Like I said, trust your instincts. Your gut reaction, it's going to save you all the time. Make eye contact. You'd be surprised how easy it is just to walk by and say hi to somebody and look at them. Look them in the eye. People are looking for victims. They're not looking for someone to come up and say, oh, she paid attention to me, she's looking at me. Even if you just come up and smile, it disarms people. They're like, oh, wow, that's weird. What's up? What's she up to? And you're not. You're just making eye contact. But then you're also looking at that person too, aren't you? Make eye contact and you're seeing their face, you're seeing maybe their clothing, stuff like that. So you're paying attention. Check your back seats of your car. It's so easy to do as you walk up. Just look in. Push on the trunk. You see police officers doing this all the time. They'll approach a vehicle, they'll push down on the trunk. Look in your back seats. Look in your front seats before you get in. If you see something out of place, don't get in. If there's a van parked next to you and you feel nervous about it, don't go that way. Wait till the van's gone, or try getting in the passenger side. Because a lot of people have vans and they try to grab people and throw them in the van. So if you see a van parked next to your car, don't approach it. You know your neighborhood, you know where you work. We all kind of get in a rut. We take the same path to work. We take the same route to the store. So you should be aware of any changes to that, or strange people in your neighborhood, stuff like that. And you want to take care of that. And be assertive. Like I said, don't put your head down, look at the ground. make eye contact, walk, you know. It's so funny to see it here in the tunnel. I'll go walk through, and I don't know if it's the uniform or what it is, but people will look down. You know, make eye contact with people, and you know, they'll be the ones to look away. But you know what's going on. You know who's around you and what's going on. Next one is escape. Okay, first one was prevention, avoidance, and now escape. Do whatever it takes. Okay, you want to make as much noise as possible. Don't yell help. Yell fire. People are afraid of fire. Plus that, people want to come out and watch fire. They love firemen and stuff like that. So yell fire. You want to get help as much as possible.
Also, make noise. It gets people's attention. If that was back there, everybody would be going like this. So they have all kinds of small devices that they call them pals for people going around. This hooks up, and basically sometimes if you just, this is for a door, so if you're in a hotel, you can put this in the door hinge. Someone opens the door while you're sleeping, it's going to go off. Just remember to pull it out before you get up in the morning. But it also has a little device that you pull this out, and it's like a little personal noise maker. If you feel confronted by someone out in a mall or out in a parking lot or something like that, it's something that gets attention for people to look at you. You know, they're going to look, where's the noise? And that's going to typically scare a lot of people away. You know, the more noise you can make, if there's anybody around, you know, it'll help you.
And you have your, on
Good
your
morning.
keys. Yep. You have your keys. On your keys, most people have a panic alarm. Push that. Like I said, whatever you can do. We'll go back one. If you're not under anybody's control, run. If they're not holding you, grabbing you, go the other way. You know, take off your high heels and start running. They're probably a lot more interested in your purse or shopping bags or whatever than they are in you. So run if you're not under anybody's control. Okay? Next one is combat. This is the last resort. If you can't avoid it, you can't escape it, then do everything you possibly can to fight. When you go out to your car, carry your keys in your hand. You can even put the keys in between your fingers. That's like a set of brass knuckles. But what it also does, especially being women, it gives your hand more strength. If you have to punch somebody, now you're going to have these keys sticking out, okay? They're going to hurt somebody. And that's the point at this time. What you want to do, you want to get away. You may have to hurt somebody. So you want to hit them as hard as you can, and that's going to strengthen your fist. You want to hit them in the eyes, the throat, the groin, whatever it does. Okay? So you always want to make sure you have your keys in your hand when you go out to your car or when you go into your house. Okay? If someone grabs you, you can stomp your foot down the shin. That is very tender and very sore. You can also stomp on their feet. Open hand strikes in the nose, the eyes, whatever you need to do at this point. If you have a purse, throw the purse at them. Because how many women have like little teeny tiny purses? No, we all have big, huge purses with tons of stuff in them. It's going to hurt. So whatever you can do, do it. Now with the holidays, it's even more important to be aware. We're busy, we got stuff going on. How many times have you had your purse and it's open and you're just walking around? It's so easy for someone to come up and just take your wallet right out. It's happened to people in McDonald's. They'll have their purse sitting there and someone comes up behind them and takes their wallet and they're gone. But we're carrying more cash. We did have, a couple years ago when I first started, we had a customer come in, and a family member, and her purse got stolen. And she ended up having like $700 cash. And so this time, she wanted to buy gift cards for all the family members, so that's why she had the cash. So you want to just be very careful with what you're carrying and where you're at. Large crowds, pickpockets, stuff like that, this is their time of year. You know, even like the kettles, the red kettles for the Salvation Army, people steal those. They'll take whatever they can get now. Packages, a friend of mine had $1,500 worth of stuff stolen off of her porch because they leave the packages there. So if you know you're getting a lot of packages, have somebody pick them up or have you pick them up and say, hey, don't deliver this unless I'm home. People are watching that stuff. We're traveling, distracted. You said your son's going. You know, so you want to be aware of that. Now, theft is a crime of opportunity. And believe it or not, it does happen here. We have people's stuff get stolen. We've had purses, wallets, all that stuff. This is not, you know, back when we used to think when it was safe to leave stuff around. It's not anymore. We have strangers in here. We have 24-hour visitation. So there's always strangers in the hospital, and they know what to do. Lock up your valuables. Don't bring them to work. Don't bring your iPads and your fancy equipment and stuff. Don't bring it. Or else lock it in your car. We've had housekeepers have stuff stolen out of their closets. They've had purses and stuff like that. Lock your door. If you have an office, and you're only going to be gone a minute, shut and lock your door. We've had people have stuff stolen right out of it. And a lot, I know, as a lady, what we do, first thing you do, you come in, put your purse in the drawer, shut the drawer. They know about that. So you either have to have a lockable closet or a cabinet or something like that. If you don't have one, ask for one. Or have it refitted with a lock so you can lock it up. And then don't leave any vehicle items in your vehicle that can be seen. You're charging your cell phone, your computer, because they'll smash your windows, they'll take that. CDs, we call it car shopping. The kids will go around and take CDs out of cars and radar detectors, all that stuff. So hide that stuff. This is how easy it was. We had an employee in the back counting money. She was probably from me over to you. A guy came in, opened her cupboard, took her wallet out, and by lunchtime he had spent all her money, had her credit cards, everything. And she said I could use the story, you know, if it can help anybody else. So lock it up. Now this next couple slides, Paul had one of our officers go around one day in St. Mary's. Actually, it was like an hour and take pictures. These aren't staged either. These are all what we found. Locks unlocked, backpacks. These are purses out in a training room, no one around. Visitors' belongings just laying around. Baby stuff on the shelf. I'd go in there and take all that stuff. There's money in the cards. Not that I'm a thief. But there's money and stuff in cards, especially now Christmas time, stuff like that. Go ahead. This was an actual event. A guy tried to get in the pharmacy, tried to lift the gate up. So now they have a curtain covering that, so that's preventing people from seeing what's even in there. So they took a precaution to change that. More stuff, keys in the lock, purses out everywhere. Want to make it as hard as possible for a thief. Put your packages in the trunk. For those of you that might have young kids, what I always did, my son and my purse went in the car and I locked the car. And then I put the groceries in the trunk. It's easy enough to do. And then you're not worrying about juggling your purse and your kid and stuff like that. Thieves are now targeting computers, like Apple stores. So bring your own shopping bags. If you're buying high-end stuff like that, put your stuff in a shopping bag so they can't see it. Some of them, people are unlocking their cars, storing the stuff in on the passenger seat. They're coming on the other side and opening the door before you get a chance. So only unlock your passenger door and then throw the stuff in, but put it in the trunk. Don't leave your car running. People are stealing cars. You know, I'll be gone in a second and the car's gone. And then what? And then we're talking about being on the street. This is the stuff where I wanted to talk about common sense. Use well-lit streets, main streets. If you're approached by a suspicious stranger, go the opposite direction, cross the street. Like back to here again, walk with confidence. Look like you know where you're going. If you're lost, you know, still try and, you know, be assertive and know where you're looking. Ignore the comments from the strangers. You know, we all hear that about the construction guys whistling at the girls and stuff like that, but ignore that and just keep going. Be aware if someone follows you. You know, duck into a bar or anything open, go into there. Don't go into an alley. If someone touches you or pushes you, try and move away. Avoid the shortcuts, the alleys, the dark areas. You want to plan your route. Know where you're going. I mean, now everybody has GPS and stuff on their phones, and it's a lot easier, but make sure you plan it. Whenever possible, don't walk alone at night. Walk with somebody. Walk with a friend. I know we have a lot of walking groups around here. That's good that you walk together. If someone demands your purse or wallet, give it to them. You know, it's just money. It's just stuff. You know, you're more important than any stuff. And then if they want your purse, throw your purse one way and then go the other way, because they're most likely after your purse. Another one with walk your keys in your hands, be ready. Even when you go in your house, make sure you have your keys in your hand. Like I said, it makes your hand stronger. Coming home late at night. Okay, there's stuff you can do in your own home that you want to do. You want to make sure that your entryway doesn't have spots that will hide a thief or somebody. We all have bushes by our windows, and so you want to make sure that they're cut back, not able to hide there. You want it well lit. If your lights are out, make sure you get them replaced. Know what stores are open in your neighborhood. Know where the police departments are. I wouldn't really trust a fire department because a lot of them are volunteers, and a lot of them might not be there. I know people have gone there having a heart attack and stuff like that, and there's nobody at those fire departments. Here in Madison, yeah, they're staffed 24/7. But you get out in some of the rural communities like Marshall, Sun Prairie, stuff like that, they are volunteers and they're not there. Someone drops you off, make sure they stay, make sure you get in. And your car now. You want to keep it in good condition, fill your gas tank, use major streets whenever possible. What you want to do, don't sit in your car and count money or you do your checkbook. Make sure your doors are locked and your windows rolled up so they can't get a hand in. If you need a little bit for air, that's fine. Go ahead. Did you find it? Walking and exercising. Like I said, a lot of this is common sense, but people forget. Walk with a buddy. You know, if someone's bothering you, a car's following you, change directions as often as you can. Vary your route. Don't do the same route over and over again. Don't go down the bike path that's not lit. If you're a victim of road rage, this can happen quite a bit. Keep your doors and windows locked. Don't confront the person. It's tempting. You just want to get out and start yelling at them as well, but head to the nearest police department or open store. It's all the same. When you're at home, don't tell people you're home alone. For single people, just put your first initial and your last name on your mailbox. Well-lit areas, park in well-lit areas. And you know what? Don't be polite. Don't hold the door open for a stranger if you live in an apartment and stuff like that. Don't let them in. If they're waiting for someone to come, let them in. Same, which we see around here, a lot of homeless people begging for money and stuff like that. Don't give it to them. A lot of them, that's their job. Okay. If you want to donate money, donate to like a known organization, Salvation Army, stuff like that. We always have people here on the corner. John Puckett went and took the guy a sandwich because he said, we'll work for food. The guy's like, I don't want that, I want money. And so, don't give it to them. You know, and I know they're here and they're scary and they scare people, but don't give it to them. Call us and we'll get them out. Cut your shrubbery back so it's not hiding your windows. And then one thing they wanted me to touch in on was what we do here, security. In the hospital, we offer rides. If you need a ride out to the shuttle lot, we will escort you to your cars. We're always patrolling the hospital and the ramps. So if you see anything that's out of place or makes you nervous, give us a call. Right? And something else you could do as a group is, if you see somebody, if you see something out of place, let us know. You know, everybody's supposed to wear a badge. All the badges are supposed to be worn above your waist. You know, if you see somebody that's not wearing a badge in an area they're not supposed to be, call us. Let us know. Because safety is actually everybody's responsibility. Does anybody have any questions? I went kind of fast, sorry. There's a lot of information and I have a ton more. Yeah, go ahead.
You know, my daughter likes to shop, and so sometimes if we're going to be shopping for a while, and if I'm going to put packages in the car, I'll just say we're going to get in and we're going to drive to a different part of the parking lot. Is that okay, or do people watch you doing that too?
No, that's a good idea.
Okay.
I mean, you're changing your routine up, but if someone's watching you come back and forth to one parking stall, you know, it's easier target. No, that's really good.
Okay.
That's a really good idea.
Key thing is put it in your trunk.
Well, I don't have a trunk, but I have a back end, and the glass is tinted.
Or put a blanket over it.
Yep,
Yeah.
carry a blanket.
Take a blanket and cover
Okay.
it up.
You know. And it's winter time too, so get a winter kit, have stuff in your car for winter. I was dumb, I got caught in the blizzard. I should have stayed in my car because I had everything in my car. I had food, I had water. Some guy, nice guy came along, took me home, and we ended up getting stuck. So, yeah, so I have a car kit in mine, and so you should carry one. You live in Wisconsin, it's winter, you should have a car kit. Anything else? If you have any questions that I can't answer or anything, I have a sign-in sheet. I can get back to you. Put your email on, and we'll get back to you. Good.
I actually had, at my prior work, a lot of you go to parties and then someone will have their purse sitting like in the entranceway along the door, and so everybody else piles their purses there because you're going to be playing games and that. And we actually had that happen. And that same person worked at my office. And later she was caught for embezzling money from the company. And we found out that she was actually stealing money. Some people were stealing all the money out of the purses. And so it's like, you see one person, oh, this must be okay, and it's on our backs are turned, and so watch that too. It might be a friend, or it might be a friend of a friend, but yeah.
That's really good.
At parties.
I actually was shopping the other day, and a lady, her purse was here, and she was way over here, and I'm like, you really shouldn't leave your purse. She's like, you're right, I shouldn't. But you see it all the time. Their purses are just sitting there, and they're nowhere to be found. So good.
A woman I knew in Cops, she left her purse in the kitty compartment and was looking on the shelves, and someone took it, but she saw her, so she screamed and yelled, and they actually caught the person. But, if she wouldn't have screamed and yelled, she probably would have run out.
Right. Yep. So, and look on the internet, there's all kinds of stuff also on the internet, there's books and stuff out there. Like I said, this is a personal thing. You need to protect yourself because there's not always going to be someone to help you. Okay? So if you're more aware and you keep track of yourself, you'll do fine. There's things you can do. Like I said, look stuff up that interests you. Like I said, I loved Taekwondo and stuff like that, but I can't afford it. And so I just looked up common sense stuff. That's all I did. Anything else? Well, thanks for coming. Appreciate it.